The 10th one to expect if the Project 2025 futurists are correct is, in their words, continuous performance monitoring. So this is in business settings, this is in employment settings, but it also could be extended to general 1984 style Big Brother watching us continually, which I guess would probably already happening with our phones. But continuous performance monitoring can take a whole new level when you look at the brain science. I want you to listen to this clip from, again, the World Economic Forum and how they envision, you'll notice she says not just the future, but this technology is here already now.
You're in the zone. Even you can't believe how productive you've been. Your memo is finished, your inbox is under control, and you're feeling sharper than you have in a decade. Sensing your joy, your playlist shifts to your favorite song, sending chills up your spine as the music begins to play. You glance at the program running in the background on your computer screen and notice a now familiar sight that appears whenever you're overloaded with pleasure. Your theta brainwave activity decreasing in the temporal regions of your brain. You mentally move the cursor to the left and scroll through your brain data over the past few hours. You can see your stress levels rising as the deadline to finish your memo approached, causing a peak in your beta brainwave activity right before an alert popped up telling you to take a brain break. But what's that unusual change in your brain activity when you're asleep? It started earlier in the month. You send a text message to your doctor with a mental swipe of your cursor. Could you take a quick look at my brain data? Anything to worry about? Your mind starts to wander to the new colleague on your team, whom you know you shouldn't be daydreaming about, given the policy against intra-office romance. Your boss will notice your amorous feelings when she checks your brain activity and shift your attention back to the present. You breathe a sigh of relief when the email she sends you later that day congratulates you on your brain metrics from the past quarter, which have earned you another performance bonus. You head home jamming to the music, with your work-issued brain-sensing earbuds still in. When you arrive at work the next day, a somber cloud has fallen over the office. Along with emails, text messages, and GPS location data, the government has subpoenaed employees' brainwave data from the past year. They have compelling evidence that one of your coworkers has committed massive wire fraud. Now, they're looking for his co-conspirators. You discover they are looking for synchronized brain activity between your coworker and the people he has been working with. While you know you're innocent of any crime, you've been secretly working with him on a new startup venture. Shaking, you remove your earbuds.
You may be surprised to learn that it's a future that has already arrived. Everything in that video that you just saw is based on technology that is already here today. Artificial intelligence has enabled advances in decoding brain activity in ways that we never before thought possible. The ability to decode brainwave activity. After all, what you think, what you feel, it's all just data. Data that in large patterns can be decoded using artificial intelligence. And that's what you're seeing here is a device now in the form of a simple wearable watch that can pick up that activity. And in one of the pivotal acquisitions of the field, Meta acquired this company, Control Labs, in 2019, because major tech companies are investing in helping to make these devices universally applicable as the way in which we interact with the rest of our technology. In fact, the coming future, and I mean near-term future, is these devices being the primary way in which we interact with all of the rest of our technology. Rather than a mouse or a keyboard, you can simply swipe with your mind. Move your hand more seamlessly when you're in VR or AR. Use your brain as the way in which you interact with all of the rest of your technology, which is an exciting and promising future.
Did you notice earlier on in the clip where she said, our thoughts and feelings are nothing more than data. They're just data. Now, I just got to pause there philosophically, theologically for a moment and say the human soul, aspirations, love, family, motherhood, a spiritual relationship with Jesus Christ, is all of that just data? Well, no. God breathed into Adam the breath of life, and he became a living being, a biological, spiritual being, a soul, a living soul. What you heard there reduces us as image bearers of God to mere machines. So first of all, we reject that on philosophical and theological grounds. But is that not the agenda of the transhumanist? And again, I point to technocracy. Those who have watched that, if you haven't watched that series, watch episodes 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 here. As servants of God or slaves to the algorithm, it asks. Meta immersed, why the future doesn't need humans, in their own words. Technocracy episode 6 is AI in an age of social distance, and it's social robots. And then number 7, media in the brain, the great merge and the God delusion. So I won't repeat all these things here because there's hours and hours of content on that question of consciousness and transhumanism, spiritual machines as they call them. It is a counterfeit creator. It is a you will be like God. That's why it's referred to as the God delusion, the idea that we are ascending and evolving into a higher species, the high-tech thought police. A lot more to be said on that, but did you appreciate the honesty of this World Economic Forum voice? This lady said that this is the future that is already here. And so continuous performance monitoring, I guess that one probably already is being fulfilled.